Okay, here are the pages. So, welcome. We are learning about Parashat Toldot, and part of the parasha speaks about the bracha of Yitzchak to Yaakov, that he wanted to bless Esav, and then Yaakov cheated him, lied to him, and said that he's Esav, and he received the bracha. So there, of course, are a lot of stories, questions about this. Maybe the first question, why Yitzchak wanted to bless Yaakov and Esav and not Yaakov? Didn't he know that Yaakov deserved more? And was it okay that Yaakov lied? So Yaakov and Rivka did the trick together, right? To manipulate him. So these are questions that are very famous. But today, I don't want to speak about that. I want to speak more about the concept of bracha, blessing. So we see that the Torah gives that a lot of importance. And it looks like it's something that works. And that we have the power to change the reality for other people by words, which is amazing, right? So we do believe that the tefillah has power, that learning Torah with our words has power, and also blessing other people has power. And we use the same word of bracha also to bless Hashem. We are blessing, we are mentioning, right? So it's blessing. So this is a little bit strange. What does it mean that we bless Hashem? Can we give anything to Hashem? What it means I'm blessing him. When I bless someone, I wish him success or I don't know, whatever blessing, right? So I understand that maybe as a result of my efforts, of my words, he can enjoy something that he wouldn't without it. But what does it mean that I'm blessing Hashem? I think that the secret of bracha starts by understanding where the verbs come from. And according, I think it was Baal HaTanya or Admor HaZaken, one of the rabbis of Chabad, I don't remember exactly which one of them. So my wife already went there, if you want to show her. He said that it's come from the word lehavrich. You may have heard that from me before. Lehavrich, it's when you take, usually it was with the tree of grapes, vine. Yeah, usually it was with a vine. You took a branch from existing tree and you are putting it in the ground, and then it goes again from the other side. So that's in Hebrew, the verb is lehavrich. Maybe it's come from the word berech, knee. So when you are kneeling in front of someone, bow in front of someone, you are putting your knee on the ground. And that's the same, you are putting the branch on the ground, and then it goes out from the other side. So this is called leavrich. And like I said, one of the rabbis of Chabad, I don't remember which one of them, he said that it's the same root, and it's the same meaning. What does it mean, bracha? It's taking something existing and increasing the amount of it, right? So bracha is taking something that is there, and you are increasing it and blessing it, right? So when you are giving bracha to someone, you are helping him to take out the potential that you already have. So I start with, what does it mean that we are blessing Hashem? Meaning that we are increasing his appearance in the world. So he exists, he doesn't need anything from us, but he is hidden. Right? We do not see him, we do not feel his existence. And when we are blessing, we say, Baruch Ata Hashem, about when we eat something or when we are doing a mitzvah, we are saying through this eating and my words that connect the eating with the existence of God, I'm blessing Hashem, meaning I create more appearance of God in the reality, in the world. So this is the meaning related to Hashem. And also, when we are blessing other people, it's when we are increasing their existence. About the bracha of Yevachecha Hashem Vishmerecha, so Rashi explained, will increase your properties. So the question is only properties. What about spiritual blessing? Blessing. There are also, but Rashi explains there about property. But it's again, it's blessing. In this case, it's bringing more. So we understand that blessing should be something that you already have at least the seed of it. If you don't have anything of that, there's no use of blessing. Because blessing is again is increasing what you already have. Right? It's like the branch that already exists, the tree, and then we are increasing his appearance. We are creating something new from something old. So that's the reason when we are looking on the brachot, so Yitzchak also blessed Yaakov after that. וייתן לך אלוקים את ברכת אברהם. He will give you the blessing of Abraham. So the blessing for Yaakov was meant to be the blessing that is related to something you already had. He was the descendants of Abraham, also spiritually. He was the one who continues the way of Abraham. So he is the one who should be blessed by the blessing of Abraham to increase what he already was doing. While when he meant to bless Esau, what he told him, מיטל השמיים, ויתן לך אלוקים מיטל השמיים ומשמני הארץ. Hashem will give you from the good things, the fat. In the Tanakh, fat food is good food. Not exactly according to the science today, but משמני הארץ, from the fat things of the land, from the good things of the land. מיטל השמיים ומשמני הארץ. מיטל השמיים, from the dew of the sky and from the fat of the earth. So he meant to bless, if it's Esav with the material parts blessing of the world, because he already had the material part of the materialistic part of the world, right? So he had to increase it. So this is generally, very generally speaking, about the concept of bracha. So two things that maybe three important things that I want to sum until what I tell us until now. First of all, we have the power by our blessing to help others, to increase. So it's a good thing to bless. חכמים say in the Talmud, לעולם אל תהי ברכת הדיוט קלה בעיניך. Don't underestimate the value of a blessing of a simple person. Even you, even us, even a simple people, you don't have to be the big rabbi of, of the world. You don't have to be the most important, the most tzaddik person in the world. You are saying you have the divine soul inside you. You have this power of word. You have a Jewish soul. You can also, if you don't have Jewish soul, you are created in the image of God. So you can bless. You can bring blessing to other people by your word. Second point is the idea of blessing is increase something already exists. So you should try to intend to the thing that already exists and then increase them, their appearance in the world. And the third point I wanted to say, what was it? I forgot. Yeah, that it's that we have the power, that it's increasing something that already exists. Yes, so that you have to find something that is in a, so it's increasing something already exists. Okay, this is the three aspect. Now we are going to learn about one verse in our parasha as usual. In these times, I didn't bring the Shem Shmuel, not because he didn't write about the same thing. So I started from Shem Shmuel. I read something he wrote, and then I said, okay, let's see what others say. And then I saw that many people say that before him. So let's go for the original, right? Just a second. So we will see the verse that Yitzchak saying to Esav, go bring me food, so I will bless you. So it says, ועשה לי מטעמים כאשר אהבתי, ואביא לי ואוכלה, בעבור תברכך נפשי וטרם אמות. So then prepare a dish for me, such as I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my innermost blessing before I die. Well, it's a translation that the innermost, it doesn't say innermost. It says, my soul will bless you. He uses the word soul several times, as we are going to see. Now, the question here, what? It's like a deal. You will bring me food, I will bring you blessing. And also the focus of Yitzchak on good food, it looks a little bit strange. right? It's something that would you expect Yitzhak to be so focused and so important for him? And also Rivka after that said, I will make him dishes like he like, Rivka said to Yaakov, bring me a goat and I will prepare what he likes so he will bless you. So it looks like, I don't want to speak in not the right way to Yitzhak, but it looks like someone that is very attracted to material pleasures, right? Someone that is only care about food, and it should be a good one, a good meat, right? Go and had something for me, right? With the blood like that, yeah, to be that good. So it's not look like something that we would say about one of the patriarchs, one of the most righteous people in history. So what does it mean that this emphasis on food, on good food, tasty, delicious food of Yitzhak? It's not look adequate, right, to someone like that. So what do you think about that? Why this emphasis? Why it's so important to Yitzhak to eat good food before his blessing?
Maybe in order to increase something that someone has, you have to have certain level of seidi, of seva.
Of what?
Seva.
What do you mean seva?
Seva.
Seva means savea? Ah, yeah. So you wanted to be satisfied in order to be able to increase this satisfaction.
Otherwise,
right?
he won't be able to concentrate on bracha. He'll be thinking, I'm hungry.
I have to eat.
Yeah.
But he could eat bread with.
Eat a little, and cows eat a little bread with a little bit of salt. Like,
Yeah, a little bit of bread and salt, and that would be okay. We won't be hungry
No, but
anymore.
it doesn't say that about bracha. It just says that's how you should live, but not that's how you should bless.
So when you are blessed,
Maybe blessing you need something.
when
more.
you are blessing, you should be bliss, right?
Yeah.
bilingual fun.
Yeah.
What?
Bilingual fun.
That's maybe
Yeah.
the relationship between bliss and happiness here in the city also, yeah, of blessing. Okay. What any other? Okay, this is one direction. Any other ideas?
Maybe there's some idea of reciprocity, meaning, he's not giving away something free and undeserved, but I saw as a participant in what was going to happen. He would be involved and he would do something for his father in turn would bless him.
So Esav has to earn that. That's what you're saying. Esav, you have to participate. You have to do something. You wouldn't get that for free.
I think, yeah, maybe that could be part of it, but I was thinking more he would be an active participant rather than earning it. You don't earn somebody's blessing, maybe you are in relationship with them somehow and.
To create the relationship, the
Sometimes
connection.
With Bev, because he's known for being performing the mitzvah of Kibbud Av V'Yam, and that's one of the
Of the mitzvot.
expressions of that mitzvah. So the father would have something that would please him, so that he can
Yeah, that's also a nice explanation. You want him to make mitzvah, so he
please
will
me,
be
and then I can-
deserved
yeah.
to get blessed. Without a mitzvah, without something good, how can I increase the good that doesn't exist? So I want to encourage him to do the kibbud av ha'en that he's so good at, so he can get the blessing. It's interesting, something similar we say about God. So we talked about it several weeks ago about the chesed. Hashem created the world by chesed. He wanted to give. He needs someone to accept.
Yeah.
If there's no one to accept, so you cannot do good. So, okay, you created us, give us, so we'd be happy, right? You want to give. No, if you're not earning that, if you're not doing, so it's a shame for you. You feel shamed to get someone without making an effort to getting it. It's embarrassing for you. So Hashem, with his blessing, with his kindness, with his chesed, not only wants to give us in a way that we will feel like we are getting it by ourselves, that we deserve that. So he created the reality in a way that we should earn that. Also, it's part of the kindness. So maybe something similar to that. So you said something different. So it should be a connection between them. We should create the connection so Yitzhak can bless Esav. We can also say you should create the ability to get by doing something, by being deserved. So it will be even more blessing because I wouldn't feel ashamed of getting something for free without making any kind of effort.
Did Yaakov know his time was, his end was near, imminent?
Yitzchak.
Yitzhak, pardon me. So and Esau was the hunter of the family. Maybe this was just one last thing he could do. His father, maybe he was the provider. for the
Only if
family.
he lived decades after that. It said, I'm old, I feel I'm old, but I'm going to die. I don't know when I'm going to die. But according to what the Chachamim say, etc., also in the Torah, it looks like that. After that, Yaakov ran away to Haran, was there 20 years. According to Chachamim, you had another 14 years that he learned in yeshiva, so 36 years, returned. Yaakov
was still alive
when Yosef was sold. So we're talking about, I don't know, 50 good years later, he still was alive. But you say, maybe if thought he's going to die, so he'd say, let's do one last effort.
So if he's going to live for that much longer, why did he choose to bless then?
So you're right. He said, I don't know the day I'm going to die. I don't know the day I'm going to die. So I think if I'm not wrong, it's around the age of his mother's death. And it says that a person should be worried around the age of his parents' death. I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm saying now something accurate, but I think it was related to that. That he said, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna die. It's around the age
It
that
makes sense because Sarah was 127.
yeah.
He was 180 when he died, so it's 53 years. So like you said,
the calculation is quite good. So I'm not sure what it was said about that. It is said that a person should be worried around the age that his parents passed away. That's the age that it should be worried a little bit more. So maybe it's related to that. Anyway, so this is the question that we are going to ask, and you gave some answers that are related or close to some other answers that were written about this question. Basically that Yitzchak wanted Yaakov to deserve it, and that you said that he should be blessed, should be blessing by from something that when you feel good. So this is the first explanation. The Torah תמימה brings here ואוכלה בעבור וגומר, ואוכלה בעבור תברכך נפשי, מכאן שהמברך צריך להיות בשמחה. This is what I want to try to take from all these explanations is how should we bless. It's a tool that we should use. We have this blessing that we can bless, right? So let's use it. Why not use it? So first of all, you should be happy. This is related to the Ashkenazi custom not to bless Birkat Kohanim during the year, only on the holidays. Why? Because they said in Chutz La'aretz. In Eretz Israel, they do say. Why? We say in Chutz La'aretz, we are not happy. And a person that is not happy cannot bless. Only in the holidays, in the V'samachta b'chagecha, we can arrive to the level of being happy, of being sameach, then we can bless. Only in Musaf. In Musaf of Yom Tov, you feel happy enough, you can bless. But without that, we are not outside Eretz Israel, we are always in the Galut, we are in bad situations, so we are not happy enough to bless. So, when we are blessing other people, we should be happy, as much as happy as we can. And even Yitzchak is happy after a good steak. That's what it looks like it's saying. Right? Even Yitzchak, that is not so swallowed by the materialism about the pleasures of this world. When he is eating good, things that he likes, he is becoming more happy. It's natural. And then he can bless. So Mikan, we learn from that, says Maharam Mirotenburg. He says, when you are blessing someone, you should be happy. The Sforno says something similar to what you say. Again, the same question, what Yitzchak really was it was so important for him to eat good food before his blessing. It says, רצה במטעמים, כדי שיתעסק בכבוד אב. He wanted Esav to make the mitzvah of כיבוד אב ואם. שיתעסק, he would be busy, occupied himself by the mitzvah of כיבוד עם, ובזה תחול עליו הברכה. By doing the mitzvah, the bracha, the blessing can how to say, לחול,
To place on,
to be placed on him,
Yeah.
to really, to be implemented on him. כי גם שלא הכיר בגודל רשעו של עשיו, מכל מקום לא חשב אותו לראוי שתחול עליו אותה הברכה שהיה בליבו לברכו. He said something else. He had, Sfornos had another point. He said, even though he didn't know that Esav was so rasha, so wicked, because had he known that Esav was so wicked, he wouldn't have blessed him. So Yitzchak didn't know that Esav was so bad, but he still knew that he doesn't deserve really the bracha that it's going to give him. ולכן, כשברך יעקב אחר כך, after that, in the end of the parasha, is blessing again Yaakov. If you read the end of the parasha, you will see. There are the blessings that he gave to Yaakov without knowing that it is Yaakov. But after that, when Yaakov told him, I want to go to Haran, he blessed him again. In this time, he knew, I'm going to bless you, Yaakov. And he didn't ask him for steak. He didn't ask him to hunt anything, to even not a little egg. He didn't ask him anything, just blessed him. Why? He knew that ידע בלבו שהוא ראוי לברכה. He knew that Yaakov is already deserve, receive the ברכה. ולא שאל מטעמים ולא ביקש דבר, וברכו תכף באמרו ואל שדי יברך אותך. So, according to that, Sforno says, like you said, maybe, or something similar, he wanted Esav to deserve it. You would not be able to bless someone that doesn't deserve it at all. Even so, Esav doesn't deserve this level of bracha, he should need to do something, to be related to that. So if you want to bless someone, also tell him, do something good. If you're doing something good, the bless of others will be implemented on you. I don't know, maybe for that, there are, something looks strange to me always, when the parents bless the children. So there are several customs, how to do that, when to do that. They are kissing their hands. I don't know if you saw that. So Friday evening, some do that. The children come to the parents and they blessing him and they kissing their hands. And in my family, so as you know, when the Kohanim is blessing the people, the father or the grandfather is putting his hands on his child with talit. Have you seen that? Usually Sfaradim doing that. Here I saw that many Ashkenazim also adopted this custom, which is a beautiful custom. So when the Kohanim blessing on the holidays, the father with the talit on the children put the hands on the head of the children, and after that, again, was my family, what we were doing, and I'm doing that with the children. You give them to kiss the hands with the talit. So, what is the meaning of that? I think maybe two meanings. First of all, be how do you say, thankful, right? Grateful. Be grateful, right? Your father blessed you, you should thank him by kissing his hand. But I think it's also because of that, you are respecting your father, you are doing kibud orim, so you deserve the bracha, right? You are making the mitzvah of kibud orim by kissing his hands, so you are deserve to get more bracha. So this is the explanation of Sforno. He wanted the Sav to be deserve something. Now, we're going to next level, next explanation. It starts from Yashar, but it was written before that. I just put it according to the order that I found, but it's not the historical order of those who wrote. So Yashar, I think he lived in the 17th century, maybe 18th century. And before that was written by Rabbeinu Bachye that lived in the 13th century or 14th century in Spain. So Yashar lived in Italy. And he says, והנה, אין הכוונה שבעבור אכילת המטעמים יברכם. It doesn't mean to say that he will bless him for eating the good food. כי הנה, he also brings the food. We saw the Sforno brings proof that by saying Yaakov received bracha without blessing. Yashar brings another explanation, another proof for that. He's saying, כי הנה ברך אחר כך את עשיו, אף על פי שלא אכל דבר ממטעמיו. In the end of the story, he didn't eat from the food of Esav. Right? Yaakov brought him the food. He ate the food of Yaakov. And then Esav arrived and said, I brought you food. I already ate. How many times I can eat? So he didn't eat the food of Esav. He still blessed him. So we can see that it's not blessing for food. It's not a deal, right? A business. I give you blessing if you give me food. אף על פי שלא אכל דבר ממטעמיו. אלא כוונת יצחק הייתה לתת לו ציווי קודם שברכהו, כדי שיהיה לו זכות לקבל הברכה בהשתדלותו לקיים מצוות אביו. So first of all, he answers the same as former. He wanted Esav to have merit to being able to get to receive the bracha. But he asked, why? So why this is a merit? Why didn't tell him, go put tefillin and come to me? Right? Go, I don't know, make mitzvah and then come to me. Why you wanted him to bring him food? Right? It looks like a little bit, again, interest of Yitzchak.
But feeling wasn't a mitzvah that sounds like that Esau would do, but he would have aim as a mitzvah he does.
So it's something that is good
Personalized.
for, you say it's something that,
Building strength.
it's the right thing for Esau. Okay, maybe. The Yashar is other explanation. So he said, why is this mitzvah? בחר בציווי המטעמים ולא בציווי אחר. He chose to order him to bring food and not other kind of order. So also that, you can also ask other kind of kibud orim, right? So bring a glass of water, right? Why that? כדי שיהיה לו עזר באכילה ההיא לברכו בשמחה ובספר פנים יפות. He said no, because by this eating, he will be able to bless him with happiness, with ספר פנים יפות, with nice face, meaning ספר פנים יפות is when you are treating someone with smile, or you are showing good face for him. It's a term in Hebrew, meaning, right, when you are treating someone nicely, it's בסבר פנים יפות. We have a Mishnah, מסכת אבות, say, "והווה מקבל את כל האדם בסבר פנים יפות." You should accept everybody with a nice face. So he said, by eating, he will be able to bless him with more blessing, with more happiness, with more bliss. כי הכל תלוי בכוונת המברך. He said, everything depends in the bracha, and this is another point that we should learn, we should remember when we are blessing someone. It depends in your kavanah. Now, when you are happy, you have more kavanah. You want everybody to be happy. You want everybody to be successful. So you want to be happy when you're blessing. That's what he said before. But also, it's important to understand, you have to have kavanah. Don't just say the word. Many times we are doing that. I mean, the child comes, Shalom. Right? No, you have to think about that, and everything in the case of blessing, everything depends in your intention, your kavanah, your thinking. וידוע מה שאמרו חכמינו זיכרונם לברכה, אין הנבואה שורה מתוך עצבות, אלא מתוך שמחה. The prophecy cannot be on the person with sadness. You should be happy in order to be able to have prophecy. Now, this blessing was related to prophecy. It was some kind of prophecy. It was blessing in the capacity of a prophet, right? So he said, in this case, Yitzchak should have been happy. And he had more than that. ככה יצחק, להיותו ביגון ואנחה. Yitzchak was in a very bad mood in these days. He cannot see anything, he is blind. וכלוא בבית המחשכים לאובדן מאור עיניו. He is locked in the house. He cannot go to the fresh air. He cannot see the nature. You know that when you're going in the roads here in Canada, and you see all the green, do you feel that you like going to the space, going out from the prison, right? You've seen all these spaces and you feel like you're free, like a bird, right? So it's also, Yitzchak was locked in the house, in a close place, dark, because he couldn't see anything. So he said, I must be happy. I cannot, in this mood, I cannot blessing, I cannot have prophecy. חשב לשמח את ליבו באכילת המטעמים ובשתיית היין. So he thought, I will be happy by eating good food, by drinking a little bit of wine, כדי לברך את בנו מתוך נפש שמחה, מתוך שמחה ובנפש חפצה. So he can bless out of happiness. So we learned until now two things. First of all, you must be happy to bless someone, and also you must mean to that. You must have your intention very strongly about blessing. I will skip the next paragraph to return after that, and I will go to Rabbeinu Bachye, okay, the other side, and he also says something similar. But then he adds something else. Let's see. Rabbeinu Bachye, ועשה לי מטעמים וגומר בעבור תברכך נפשי. And again, he continue with the same point. אין כוונת יצחק בשאלת המטעמים בתענוג הגוף וחוש הטעם. The intention of יצחק when asking good food wasn't to please the body and the sense of taste. אלא כדי שתהיה נפשו שמחה ומתענגת. He wanted his soul to be happy and pleased. Why? כי בהתחזק כוחות הגוף, התעוררו כוחות הנפש. It's also a very important principle. When the body is strong, also the soul can be strong. And this is something you can see. When you are healthy, you can learn easier. When you are sick, it's hard to you to concentrate. You cannot profundize in philosophy or whatever, biology or I don't know, whatever you learn, math, the numbers of the content that you have to read when you don't feel very well. Why? Because body and soul are connected. And this is the principle that we say in Judaism all the time. We are not against the body. The body is an important tool in our service of God. Without strong, healthy body, you cannot serve God. So there are some people that are so strong, even when they are sick, they can, okay. But the right way to do that, and we say that Rabbeinu Bachya say even about Yitzchak, if you want to be strong, to have all the power of his soul to bless his son, you need to be happy, and you need to be strong, and you need to eat well. You not come from a fast, and with all your energy, you should bless, right? ומתוך שמחת הנפש, תחול עליו רוח הקודש. You also return to this point. You cannot have prophecy without being happy. Right? Prophecy can also only come when you are happy. וההוא שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, אין השכינה שורה, לא מתוך עצלות ולא מתוך עצבות, אלא מתוך שמחה. Like we said before, חכמים said, the שכינה, the divine presence, is not שורה. Again, I have to find the word, this word. שורה is when it's something fall on you, some kind of inspiration or something like that, it's befall on you. Right? This is lishrot. We'll look on that after that. So it says the divine presence is not befalling on you unless you are not when you are lazy, not when you are sad, only when you are happy. So the fact that he mentioned laziness, I understand it should be happy and full of energy. The prophecy can be when you are happy and full of energy. It cannot come when you are lazy, sick, weak, etc. And now he brings a story that the story about Yoshiyahu, the prophet, not Yoshaphat, and Elisha. For me. So it's in Sefer Shoftim. There was a war between the king of Israel and the king of Yehuda. So Israel was divided to Yehuda and Israel, and together also with the king of Edom against Moab. And the war didn't go very well, and they wanted to call a prophet to see what's going to happen. And they called prophets, and all the prophets say the same thing, but there were false prophets, because the king of Israel was wicked, and it was Achav, or the son of Achav. Yoram ben Achav. He was the king in this time, and he had his false prophets, and he asks them to speak, and everybody says the same thing. But Yoshaphat was a king of Yehuda. He was a righteous king, and he said, "You know what? I want a real prophet this time. Let's ask someone real." And they asked and looked around. It was Elisha, right? They asked Elisha to say what's going to happen. But Elisha said, "I'm not in the right mood to be a prophet right now. I'm too sad. I'm not, war and people died and they are losing and everybody's in bad spirit and bad mood. So I need to encourage myself. How would I encourage myself? Bring someone to play for me. So I will hear the music and it will, revive me, bring me back to life, and it will bring me happiness, and then I can prophesize. And then they brought someone to play, and then it says, the verse says, like it says here in this paragraph, והיה כנגן המנגן ותהיה עליו יד השם. Once the players start playing, then the divine inspiration came to him and he could have the prophecy. So we see from that in order to have a prophecy, you should be happy. And that's the reason that יצחק asked for that. ומטעם הזה יזכיר הנפש בכל פעם ופעם עם הברכה. ואמור בעבור תברכך נפשי, בעבור תברכני נפשך, למען תברכך נפשי. So he said, you can see in all this parasha, every time he said bracha, he said nefesh, soul. Why? Because you need the soul in specific mode in order to be able to bless. That's what he say. Why I'm asking you food? Because I want my soul to bless you. When my soul will be strong, when my body will be strong. But now there is a question here. Why to ask food and not to ask music? If the purpose is to be happy and to make a blessing out of prophecy, we saw that playing music is something that works. Why did he ask for food and not for music? And he said, ומה שביקש מטעמים לשמחת הנפש ולא ביקש כינור לנגן כמנהג הנביאים. Why did he ask food to be happy, to make his soul happy? And he didn't ask for violin to play like the prophets used to do. מפני שהיה עתיד לברכו בדברים גופניים. טל השמיים ומשמני הארץ ורוב דגן ותירוש, ועל כן רצה שתהיה סיבת השמחה, מאכל, ממין הדבר שהוא רוצה לברכו בו. That's something similar to what you said in the beginning. He said, the reason for that, because the purpose was to bless him with material things, right? Materialistic things, like the dew and the fat of the land, and a lot of harvest, and a lot of wine, רוב דגן ותירוש. So he wanted the reason for the happiness will be from the same type of the blessing that he's going to give. And this is something, again, that it takes, Rabbeinu Bachya takes as principle that we should follow about blessing. When we are blessing something, we should be close in mind or in sense to the thing that we want to bless. It's a little bit tricky to think how to do that exactly. So when I want to bless someone with good parnasa, I should go to the bank. Or there when you are bankrupt. Right? So, let's see what he says. והנה זה דוגמת מה שדרשו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, so that it's similar to what חכמים said, מפני מה אמרה תורה, נסחו לפני מים בחג. Why we have the mitzvah of ניסוך המים in the holiday of Sukkot. So if you remember in Sukkot, we say that there was a mitzvah to put water in the altar. Usually it was only wine. In Sukkot, we also pour water on the altar. It's called Nisuch HaMayim. So Chachamim say in the Talmud, why did the Torah say, pour water in front of me in the holiday? כדי שיתברכו לכם גשמי שנה. Because I want the rains during the year, so Sukkot is exactly before the times of the rain. So I want you to have a lot of rain, so bless me with something related to water. What it has to do with each other. Ask for rain. What do you want? Why do you want to see the water? No, when you see the water on the altar, you are making the connection between the blessing and what you want to be blessed, right? So you have to see, to be in front of that. And the same, Aviu lefanai omer bepesach. So we have Korban HaOmer in the second day of Pesach. We bring the first barley to Bet HaMikdash, and we are doing Korban HaOmer. Why? Why to bring Omer in Pesach? Because Pesach is the beginning of the harvest of the barley. So it says, כדי שיתברכו לכם תבואה שבשדות. So the harvest in the fields will be blessed. Again, by bringing this material, the blessing will be on this material, the same material. And again, הביאו לפני שתי הלחם בעצרת. In עצרת, in חג שבועות, we bring the first korban of the new harvest of the wheat. In Pesach, it's from barley. In Shavuot, it's from wheat. Why? Because the wheat is ready later. So the first barley, and after that, the time of the harvest of the wheat. So why that? כדי שיתברכו לכם, even though here it says something different. פירות שבאילן. So Shavuot is closer to the summer. In the summer, there are more fruits that are ready in the summer. So I want something similar. Bring me the wheat, so I will bless the fruits in the ilan, in the tree. והכל מידה כנגד מידה. Everything is measurement against measurement. I mean, מידה כנגד מידה, meaning it's the same type of things. שתחול הברכה באותו מין עצמו, בשכר ההבאה והניסוך. The ברכה will be in the same type or species. In the same species, but do you say that in singular? You don't. In the same species, as a reward for bringing and for pouring, etc. ואין כוונת רז"ל למאמר הזה שזה שכר עשיית המצוות הללו. He said, it's not the reward. It's not a reward for bringing water in the altar, so Hashem will give you rain. It's not working in a reward for that. חס וחלילה. Right? שהרי אמרו שכר מצווה והיה על מלכה. There is no reward for the מצוות in this world. כלומר, עיקר השכר אינו בעולם הזה. You are not get rewarded in this world. You are get rewarded, the main part of the reward will be in the next world. אבל השכר הוא פירות המצווה שאדם אוכל בעולם הזה, במין המצווה בעצמה, והקרן קיימת לעולם הבא. So the reward is the fruit of the mitzvah that you are eating in this world. But עיקר המצווה, it's like interest and capital. Right? The interest you are getting here, but the capital you are getting in the next world. Right? The main part. וכעניין שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, כל הזעיר בציצית זוכה לטלית נאה, כל הזעיר במזוזה זוכה לדירה נאה. Everyone who is careful of doing the mitzvah of tzitzit properly, he will have nice clothes. Everyone who is careful to have a good mezuzah, he has nice apartment, etc. הזהיר הקדוש ברוך הוא בקידוש היום, הזהיר בקידוש היום, those who are careful about doing קידוש, זוכה ומלא הרבה יין, וכיוצא בהם. שאין עיקר השכר משתלם לו בעולם הזה, אלא פירות המצווה במינה. So you're getting rewarded in the same kind of thing that you're doing in this world, but the main reward, the spiritual reward for the mitzvah, it's in the next world. Okay, so this is Rabbeinu Bachya that add another point. The blessing is stronger or more connected when there is a direct connection between you and the thing that you want to bless, to mention. Okay, so this is something. So again, I don't know exactly how to do that. When you want to bless someone that's going to be refuah shlema. So what?
You have to be sick?
You have to be, no, otherwise you have to be healthy. So you go to the nurse and then you're blessing.
Bring a nurse.
Yeah. How will you do that exactly? I don't think it's always possible, but maybe you have to have in mind.
Does it bring you to the thought, the thinking? Does it help you to understand that you reap what you sow? So what you sow is what you will get. So you don't, and that's again why we don't mix seeds and mix crop. We don't mix our blessings. We reap what we sow.
You are more influenced by the senses. So if you feel the taste, if you see that, if you see the water, if you are eating so you will be able to bless more.
Blessing is more effective.
More effective. So I think according to that, we should have blessed our children after the meal. Or Friday evening, not before.
And then you're falling asleep.
Yeah, okay. Maybe. Okay, so this is another principle about how to bless correctly. I will add another one now. We return to Aktav HaKabbalah. So Aktav HaKabbalah in the beginning, you just cite what Rabbeinu Bachya said. ועשה לי מטעמים, אין כוונת יצחק בשאלת המטעמים לתענוג הגוף וחושתם, רק כדי שתהיה נפשו שמחה ומתענגת. מתוך שמחת הנפש תחול עליו רוח הקודש, וכמאמר, אין השכינה שורה, אלא מתוך שמחה. That all we said before, he needed to eat, not in order to please himself, only that he will be happy, so he will be able to have רוח הקודש. And now, הכתב הקבלה adds something else, ויש להוסיף, we should add to that. כי המברך הוא כצינור להוריד שפע עליון אל המתברך. So we have a metaphor here, metaphor here, that the one who is blessing is like a tube that bring from the blessing to the world. So you are the tube that connect between the superior blessing to the person that gets the blessing.
Conduit.
What?
Conduit.
Conduit?
Tzino.
Yeah, conduit. Do you know it's conduit?
Tzino is a
Tube. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You tube. You are the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, ולהיות שהמברך אמצעי להשפעת הברכה אל המתברך. Since the one who is blessing is a tool, is an intermediate, in order to bring the blessing to the one who gets the blessing, לכן יקריב אותו אליו ויעמידנו ניחוחו. You should bring him close to you and put him in front of you. כמו, and then he gives two examples of the Bible, two stories from the Bible, two cases when a prophet brought back to life a child that died. כמו באחיות אליהו בן הצרפית, we read one of them recently in the Haftarah, when Eliyahu bring to life back the son of the woman from Tzarfat, Shunamit is the second, it's Elisha. Elisha, yeah, this is one, it's Eliyahu, and שהתמודד על הילד 3 פעמים, so it says that he was on him 3 times, וכן אלישע באחיותו בן השונמית. Elisha, when he brought back to life the son of the Shunamit, שכב עליו, he laid on him, ושם פיו על פיו, he put his mouth on his mouth, etc. ותחילה אמר, ושמתי משענתי על פי הנער, וכן יעקב, also יעקב, in the last parasha of ספר בראשית says, אמר, קחם נא אליי ואברכם, וישת ידו עליהם. He said, bring them, when Yaakov said to Yosef, I want to bless your children, he said, bring them to me, so I will be able to bless. Well, you can bless them, they are there, what's the problem? No, bring them to me. And וישת ידו, and he put his hands on them. He creates this physical connection. וכל זה מורה, all those examples teach us, כי להורדת השפע אל המתברך באמצעות המברך, when you want to bring the blessing to the one who gets the blessing by the one who gives the blessing, ראוי לזה שיקרב אליו במקום. It's good for him, or it should be that he will be close to him also in place. And then he gives another example. וכן יצחק העתיר לנוכח אשתו. In our parasha it says, in the beginning, that Rivka didn't have children, and it's that Yitzchak prayed for her. And he used the word lenochach ishto, in front of his wife, meaning that when he prayed for her, she was in front of him, or he was in front of her. העמיד אותה ניחחו, he made her stand in front of him, להקריבה אליו, כדי שיכוון אליה דעתו יותר. Again, we return to the principle of כוונה, so you should think on her. When he's blessing her, you should think on her. Right? So we learned last semester about mitzvah bikur cholim. It's a little bit different. You say, why do you have to visit a sick person? The mitzvah of bikur cholim, when you visit a sick person. So first of all, and most importantly, to see if he needs help. Right? That's most important. But second, so you see him, you will pray for him. So there's the reason is, so it will awake you. It will make you feel mercy for him. And then you will pray for him. You see that he's so bad. So you will be encouraged to pray. But also maybe because of that, when you see him, you have more kavanah on him, right? So that's the reason you should bless when you're seeing someone. כמו שכתב, כדי שיכוון אליה דתו, so he will have his mind connected to her. כמו שכתב הר"ן בדרוש השני, ולזה גם המברך יקרב עצמו בכל יכולתו אל מקור שפעת הברכות. He said, the same as you should be connected to him, you should be connected to the source. How you are connected to the source, to Hashem. So you should have in your mind, ויקשר מחשבתו בעניינים קדושים, אלוקיים, you should think about holy things, divine things, להיות מוכן וראוי להוריד אל עצמו השפע העליונה. ובזה יוכשר להציג על ראשו שמן שפע הנבואי, ויש לו כוח להציג שאיפת ברכה עליונה למתברך הקרוב אליו. Okay, so I won't read any more from that, because I want before the end to see another okay, it's another thing, but I just want to see the last source that I brought here. It's from Rabbi Sachs. So Rabbi Sachs there, in the end, in the English part, it speaks about the blessing of the Kohanim. And he says, the first reading, grammatically more plausible, is that it is the priest who must love. So when the priest bless the people, they must love the people. This is the basis of the statement in the Zohar that a priest who does not love the people, or a priest who is not loved by the people, may not bless. So there is halacha that if the Kohen in this community, he has a big fight with someone, he cannot do the Birkat Kohanim. If he's hating someone or someone hating him, he cannot do the Birkat Kohanim. Why? Because the base of the blessing is to love the person you are blessing. And this is another principle that is important, right? In order to bless, you have to have kavanah, you must be happy, you must be connected, he must be in front of you, and you also must love him, right? This is another point. We can only bless what we love. Recall how the blind and aged Yitzchak said to Esav, prepare me the tasty food that I love and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die. Whether it was food that Yitzchak loved, or what it represented about Esav's character, that he cared enough for his father to find him the food he liked, Yitzchak needed the presence of love to be able to make the blessing. So according to Rav Zaks, what Yitzchak wanted to achieve, to love his son more. So you always love your son, but you're a little bit more proud of him when he's doing something good, or when he's doing something good for you. So he said, it may be both of them. Let's say, because Yitzchak was angry, or because he wanted to see the good of Esav. He was so good in Kibud Orim. He was making a lot of effort to respect me. So when you are focused on the good of your son, you are able even to love him even more than usual. So you love him always, but even more than usual. So what the purpose of that, according to that, was to increase the love. When you love more, you can bless more. So it's another important thing. When you are blessing someone, try to think how much you love this person, especially your children in a Friday evening or in the Berachah of the Kohanim, and then the blessing will have more power. And be happy, smile, think about him, think about Hashem, and bring the Shefa, and then with a lot of love, your blessing, not Hashem, all the blessing will happen. Thank you.